For 27 years, one rule held at Porsche. A GT3 had a fixed roof, bolted on, non-negotiable. This is the car that broke it. The 2027 Porsche 911 GT3 Sport Cabriolet in Slate Grey Neo, roof folded away in the open sky, pouring in over 502 horsepower and a stick shift. Sport Cabriolet stands for Sport Cabriolet, and it is the first open-top GT3 in the model's entire history. So the question this video answers is simple. Not whether it is fast, whether this is the ultimate road-going GT3 to actually own. Stay with me and subscribe, because by the end you will know if this is the GT3 to spend your money on, or the one to walk past. Start where your eyes start. Slate Grey Neo is a color that hides in a car park and menaces in your mirrors. It reads almost gunmetal, and that restraint is deliberate, because it lets the details scream instead. And this car screams in Pyro red. The word Porsche runs down the doors in bright red script, graphic streak across the front fenders, and the forged magnesium centerlock wheels are threaded through with the same red. Behind them sit brake calipers finished in victory gold. It should be a mess. It is somehow perfect. This is the street-style package, pure theater from Porsche's design studio, turning a track weapon into something built for a coast road at golden hour. Underneath the drama, the engineering is serious. The hood, fenders, and doors are carbon fiber, borrowed from the hardcore 911 ST, and the windscreen frame is blacked out to sit the whole car lower with the roof down. The silhouette is pure 911, low and wide, but without a fixed roof, it looks lighter on its feet, more open-air roadster than circuit weapon. Open the door and the theater continues. The cabin is trimmed in two-tone leather, slate gray wrapped around guards red, and the center of each sports seat is braided leather that blends 4 separate colors by hand. The seatbelts are red, the door pulls are red, even the walnut shift knob carries a flash of Pyro red on top, so the one thing your hand rests on all day is the boldest detail in the car. The badge on the wheel and the crisp central screen mark it out as a modern 911, angled at the driver. It is a strict 2-seater, and it is snug, but nobody walks into a GT3 expecting a family car. They want a cockpit, and that is exactly what this is. And then there is the reason all of this exists. Sitting behind the seats is a 4-liter naturally aspirated flat 6, the same screaming engine that made the hardtop GT3 a legend. 502 horsepower, no turbochargers softening the response, no hybrid battery adding weight, just revs, all the way to a frankly absurd 9,000 RPM. And here is the part that makes enthusiasts weak. The Sport Cabriolet comes exactly one way. A 6-speed manual with a real clutch pedal, no automatic, no paddles. In 2027, when almost every supercar has gone turbocharged and automatic, Porsche built a convertible that asks you to shift it yourself and rev it to 9 grand with nothing above your head. On paper, that should be one of the great sensory experiences left in motoring. But I have to be honest with you, because owning one is not all glory. Dropping that fixed roof for a folding one has a cost, and the cost is written in the numbers. The Sport Cabriolet weighs around 3,320 pounds, heavier than the coupe, and it reaches 60 in about 3.7 seconds. Quick, obviously. But the hardtop GT3 does the same run in roughly 3.2. So the open car is genuinely slower against the clock, a touch less rigid through a fast corner, and it costs you more for the privilege. This is where the money lands. The GT3 Sport Cabriolet starts at around $273,000 before options, roughly $40,000 more than the coupe. More money for a car that trails its cheaper sibling in a straight line. If you buy your cars with a stopwatch, that is a hard sentence to swallow. But almost nobody buys a car like this with a stopwatch. Porsche's own GT boss says it delivers open-road pleasure, hardly felt before in a convertible. And the first reviewers keep reaching for words like sublime and once in a generation, because what you are really buying is not the last 0.2 to 60. It is a flat 6 wailing to 9,000, a manual shift in your palm, and open sky above your head, all at once. Almost nothing else on sale offers that combination at any price. A McLaren 750 S Spider will beat it to 60 by roughly a full second, but it does that with 2 turbochargers and a computer-controlled gearbox. It cannot hand you a naturally aspirated engine, a clutch pedal, and 9,000 RPM in the open air. That gap is the entire reason the Sport Cabriolet exists. So here is where it lands. The one to buy is the only one you can buy. The 6-speed manual and the street-style package in Slate Grey Neo is the version that best matches this car's sense of occasion. Skip it only if your heart is set on lap times, or you truly need a roof every day. The hardtop GT3 will be quicker, lighter, and cheaper every morning of the year. Cross-shop it against that McLaren 750 S Spider if pure speed is your religion, but understand you would be trading soul for numbers. That balance of theater and compromise lands the GT3 Sport Cabriolet at 9.4 on the AUTO TV score. Not the sharpest GT3 ever built, but very possibly the most joyful thing Porsche will sell you. This is not a track car that misplaced its roof. It is a love letter to the open road, written in a language turbochargers forgot. And if you are wondering whether that street-style package is actually worth its money, that exact question is the video waiting for you right now.